Today I'm going to show you how to separate first and last names in Excel using 3 different methods. Let's get started. Imagine you have a list of full names in one column, and you want to split them into separate columns for first and last names. This is a common task in data management, and Excel provides several easy ways to accomplish it. I'll walk you through each method step by step. To start, open your Excel file and locate the column containing full names. Let's assume your data is in column A, starting from cell A2. You might want to insert 2 new columns next to it for the first and last names, so you'll have enough space to work with. The first method we'll explore is using Excel's Text to Columns feature. This is a built-in tool designed to split text into separate columns based on a delimiter, such as a space or comma. Begin by selecting the column with the full names by clicking on the letter at the top of the column, which will highlight the entire column. But if you don't want to do it for the entire column, simply click and drag over the names to select them. Once selected, go to the Data tab in the Excel ribbon at the top of the window. Look for the Text to Columns button in the Data Tools group and click on it. The Convert Text to Columns wizard will open. Select the Delimited option, which tells Excel to split the text based on a specific character, in this case, a space. Click Next. In the Delimiter section, check the box next to Space. You'll see a preview of how your text will be split in the Data Preview section below. This will separate the first and last names based on the spaces between them. Click Next. Choose where you want the split data to appear. In the Destination field, make sure it shows the cell where you want the first name to start, like B2, if you're using columns B and C for first and last names. Click Finish. Excel will now split the full names into 2 separate columns, placing the first name in column B and the last name in column C. And this is how you may use the Text to Columns feature in Microsoft Excel. Moving on to the second method, which uses the Flash Fill feature in Excel. This feature automatically fills in data when it detects a pattern. Open your Excel workbook where you have a column of full names. Assume these names are in column A starting from cell A2. First, let's extract the first names. In column B, next to the full names, you will type out the first name from the first entry manually. For instance, if A2 has John Doe, you would type John in B2. After typing John and pressing Enter, move to B3 and start typing Jane for Jane Smith. As you begin typing, Excel will recognize the pattern of extracting the first word and should automatically suggest filling the rest of the column with first names based on the entries from column B. When you see Excel's suggestion appear, simply press Enter to accept it, and Excel will fill down all the first names in column B. Once all first names are in place, we will apply the same flash fill technique to separate the last names. Now, in column C next to the first names, type Doe for John Doe in C2 and press Enter. Proceed to C3 and start typing the last name for the next entry, Smith for Jane Smith. As before, Excel will recognize the pattern, this time extracting the part of the text after the first space, and should suggest the correct last names for the remaining entries. Once Excel displays the suggested last names, press Enter, and the column will automatically populate with all the last names. Flash Fill is particularly powerful for quickly separating data when it follows a consistent pattern such as a space between first and last names. This method significantly speeds up data entry and ensures accuracy across your dataset. However, if your data includes names with irregular patterns, such as middle names or initials, Flash Fill might not automatically provide correct results for every entry. In such cases, you might need to adjust some names manually to ensure consistency throughout your list. Now let's talk about the third method, which involves using Excel formulas. This approach gives you more flexibility, especially if your data has irregularities or additional text. First, insert 2 new columns next to the full names column if you haven't already. This will give you space for the first and last names. In the first row of the new column where you want the first names, for example, B2, enter the following formula. I've added this formula in the description below this video. Simply go and copy it. This formula extracts the first name by locating the space character and taking all characters before it. Press Enter, and you'll see the first name extracted into the new column. To extract the last name, go to the cell where you want it to appear, such as C2, and enter this formula. It's also available for you to copy in the description below this video. This formula calculates the length of the string after the first space and extracts all characters from that point onwards. Press Enter, and the last name will appear in the new column. Copy the formulas down the entire column to apply them to all rows. You can do this by clicking and dragging the fill handle, the small square at the bottom right corner of the cell, down to the last row of your data. Excel will automatically adjust the cell references for each row. And there you have it. 3 different methods to separate first and last names in Excel. Whether you're using text to columns, formulas, or flash fill, each technique offers unique advantages for different scenarios. These tools will help you manage your data more effectively and save time. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Excel tips and tricks. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.